All right, here we go. I'm with Patrick Dubr. Oh, I don't even know how you pronounce your last name. Pronounce it.
Dobrinen?
Dobrinen. Okay.
Dobrinen.
I'm with what? What?
Dobrinen. Dobrinen. It's Dobrinen.
Okay.
Dobrinen.
My name's been mangled all my life, so I'm used to it.
All right, Patrick, tell me your title here at KPVM.
I'm technical director.
So, what does that consist of?
Well, actually, there's quite a bit that I do here at the TV station. It's actually wear many hats. Not only do I run the console for the TV shows that we produce here, but I also, you could say that I'm the lighting director, camera operator, producer, just a number of different things that go on at the same time.
You edit. You are definitely an audio guy, but you also are back here every time that we do the news. You're putting on this news program every single night, and so how do you fit all this into your schedule? Where you're going, what you're doing every single day?
Well, I'm here from 1:30 to 5:30. That's my normal schedule, and I do just about everything that I need to do here at the studio, although there are some things like some stories that I edit. I do produce the Angie's List segments that we produce on the show on the station, and I do those at home. So sometimes there's other outside things that I do, like commercials as well. So there's a number of items that I not only do here at the studio, but I have homework as well that I do.
So you edit movies too in your private life. You also did the audio for the Pahrump Valley High School Choir. Tell me a little bit about what's going on there.
Well, as far as my background, I started out in audio. The reason I got into audio is that when I was about 4 or 5 years old, I had those, little, 7-inch records, which most people don't even know what those are these days. But I used to play those records. It was on a little portable recorder, or actually a player, and I was fascinated that this little sound would come out of the needle. And so I took my mom's sewing needles, and I just, because I ran out of the batteries, died on the player one day. And so I actually just ran my fingers around the turntable to get the record to go, and then I used the needle on the record, and I could hear the sound out of it, and it just fascinated me. So I ruined all my records, but I've just been fascinated with audio ever since. And I've been a drummer since 5th grade, and so growing up, I've been in literally, hundreds of concerts. I've marched in parades. I've marched in the Rose Parade, and so I've had all these performances, but I really only have a handful of any of the recordings of that. So what I've decided to do since high school is I wanted to make recordings of concert performances for school choirs, concerts, things like that, to kind of give the kids the recordings that basically I never had growing up. So I've been fortunate to actually work with some great schools, particularly in California. And when I came here to Pahrump, I actually spoke to the director here at the school, and I was actually fortunate enough to record their winter concert.
Not just audio, but video, right?
Yes, video and audio as well.
And so you've been doing this for a while. You also edited a couple movies or one feature film or what?
Well, what actually brought me to Pahrump is I'm actually working on a movie right now, both editing and doing the post-production sound for it. It's for a friend that I've known since high school. And so we're in the process of almost finishing it, and we should have that finished by this fall.
And that's going to be an interesting film too, as well, because it's on the Amargosa Opera House, right?
Yes, actually, it's a paranormal story, a ghost story, and it centers around the Amargosa Opera House, and it involves some characters who find out that they get more than they bargained for. Let's just put it that way.
And that's James Horton, right?
Yes.
And so you've been working with James, you've come up to KPVM, and so tell me about what I can see right here, this whole setup. This is what?
This is the New Tech TriCaster. It's essentially what we use to record all our shows. It's really a computer that you record to. That's the basics of it. But what we do inside of it is we not only run our shows, but we also edit with it as well. So it's a very powerful device.
And so the studio has several different areas. You have the green screen, you got over here with the news desk, and you got an area over here where you can produce some shows. So you kind of switch the lighting around, the sound around, check out the cameras, get the teleprompter ready. It's a lot of work. Tell me what it is to like set up some of the shows. Because you're running, what, 5 shows a week plus news?
Yeah, actually several shows a week. I would say that before I got here, I did have extensive audio and some video experience, but this is my first experience working at a television station, and I have to say it's quite challenging. I would have to say probably the most challenging part of my job is working with the news. And generally because I've done a lot of live shows with audio, and you have to keep on your toes with that, but it's particularly challenging working in a television station because anything can happen at any time, and so you just have to roll with whatever happens. So I've learned a lot of humility. You just kind of have to keep your calm. If something happens, you can't get upset about it because there's no time. You just have to find out what the problem is, fix it as quickly as possible, and move on because the news has to be on.
And so that is one of the things, kind of like finding out what mistakes can be made and how to solve those mistakes as you kind of go along. How do you get the news over to this TriCaster and put it on the television?
Well, this particular computer, in fact, we have 3 computers in the control room here. 2 of these are actually networked to several computers throughout the news, actually throughout the television station. A lot of the computers are actually networked together, and so we all share files. Files come over from the newsroom. They're brought over to me, which we actually use for the broadcast. In the help me out here. What's Tiffany's?
Master control?
Oh, yeah, master control. In master control, that's where actually Tiffany, our master control director, and Noah as well, they actually run the news from back there.
And then you also have a lot of graphics and stuff, and how does that happen? Because I can see you have the opening of the news, and then you have video, and then the commercials get put in after, or what happens there?
Well, for the live shows, I actually run the commercials within the shows themselves. And when we are actually running the newscast, Master Control actually takes control of actually putting those commercials in.
And so then you also have shows that you pre-record and then you put together after, right?
Yes, actually, we do have other shows that we produce here at KPVM. Some of those shows are the Day of Champions show. We have 2 doctors shows. We also have a Community Viewpoint. We have Stovall Court Reporter.
And live too?
Yes, and we have 2 live shows that go on. We have a live political show, Political Hot Seat, that airs on Thursday evenings. And we also have a doctor's show, Doctors of Pahrump, which airs on Monday evenings as well. Those are live, and I basically run those all myself. So it's a lot of running around.
And so the green screen shots, you have a green screen over here. How does that come together?
It's actually part of the TriCaster program that we use here, using a green screen. We have a chroma key, is what it's called, to actually take the background out and then put in whatever background behind the subject that we want to use for, say for instance, like for the weather. I produce the weather graphics every day with our own Noah Began, and so those are put together when I get here that we use in the newscast.
Oh, and so you're the actual one that produces those and puts them together.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. And then, so tell me what's the things that you like most about your position here? What's the things that you like least about your position here? And what's most surprising or that you've learned?
Well, as far as what I like about it, it allows me to do more of what I've always wanted to do, which is actually, work with audio and work with video, but do it in a different way that I'd never done before. Beforehand, I produced videos on my own with my own computer, and now it's a whole different way of producing it. So it's very challenging in doing it that way. What I didn't expect walking into this job was such a learning curve in how to do it. I've had extensive audio and video experience, but when I came into this job, it took me almost a complete month to get comfortable with how to do it. So, and it's still challenging. Every day, you would think that doing a newscast or a show, you would be doing the same things over and over. And from some respects, you are doing a lot of the same things within a show, but like I said, there's always something that creeps up that you can't account for that goes wrong, or there's a cable pulled, or just something happens, and you just have to roll with it and do the best you can and pick up where you left off and fix it and move on.
So, what's kind of your goals for the future?
Well, I really do like this type of production, and I would like to get more into it, particularly the film and TV production that I'm working on now. Perhaps now that the internet allows us to network globally with other filmmakers and artists across the world, I would like to explore the possibilities of working with other filmmakers, perhaps doing post-production on their audio, doing editing if they want. So it's the internet's really made that possible, and I'd like to take advantage of that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.